Sup, I'm Bianca, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe and turn on your notifications so you can always see when I'm uploading. This week I am sick again, so I thought I would do a hair video. You guys know that I'm obsessed with wigs, but today's hair is different. I was actually sent a topper by Uniwigs, and this is a human hair topper, so when I got this, it was completely blonde. So I'm going to take you through an unboxing of how it got to me and also the coloring process and how I got it to look like this. So I've never had one of these before. I have always used either extensions or more recently wigs. But with extensions, I've always found that because the top of my hair is quite thin, it's hard to cover them, and also the front of my hair isn't very thick. So I have these two stupid patches of baby hair right here that make the front of my hair quite thin, so that's always been really annoying. And I have been looking at these for a while, but I just didn't know how realistic they would look. So when Uniwigs reached out to me, I was super excited because then I could finally try one. So if you're confused about what a topper actually is, it's basically like a quarter wig. So if you imagine a wig goes over your full head, this just goes around the top. You can get different sizes. They're good for people with alopecia and other hair loss, as well as people that just have really thin hair and want to have more volume in their hair, but who can't use extensions because their hair won't cover them. So I've been really excited to actually get my hands on this and give it a go, because I've seen lots of these online, but I haven't seen many people coloring them, so I wasn't sure how this would turn out. But as you can see, it really blends in with my own hair. Like, you can't really tell apart from the cut. I probably need to give this a little bit of a trim, but I don't mind the whole like A-line vibe, so I'll see what I do there. So what I might do now is I will go through the unboxing and the dyeing process, and then I will show you how I apply it and style it. Alright, first you get this package, and that contains a box. Then it's wrapped up in this tissue paper with a little disclaimer on it saying that if you cut the lace, you won't be able to return it. So just make sure you like what you've got before you cut the lace. It also has these little clips, and this just holds the shape while it's in shipping. And then it's covered by a little net. So as you can see, this is lace on top, and then around the lace there are some tracks. So you get quite a lot of hair in this topper. And then here are your clips for fastening it to your head. The name of this topper is the Claire. It's 16 inches long and 130% density. Okay, now to coloring. So I'm going to put a root in this, and it's going to be ash blonde, and I mix that with 10 vol developer. You'll need gloves, a brush, a rat tail comb, and some clips, and a water sprayer. Then you're going to bag up your mannequin so she doesn't get dirty, and then pin your topper on the mannequin head. So mixing the toner and developer, you just need 1-to-1. So I went a little bit over on the developer, but it doesn't really matter. Then you're gonna mix it to a nice paste and then apply those gloves. These ones I use a lot, so that's why they are a bit stained. All right, so I chose to do it track by track. I think the bottom layer was actually 2 tracks because I didn't really care that much about the bottom. But you're gonna spray around the area where you want to dye, just so that it kind of bleeds a little bit and looks a little bit more natural. And then you're just gonna take a little bit of that dye and focus heavily on the root of the hair, and then just drag it down slightly. But make sure the top of the track is really coated so that you don't have random blonde bits sticking out. And then just keep going up layer by layer. I wasn't too worried when I got to the lace about dyeing the knots, because it's going to be sitting on top of my hair and my roots are quite dark anyway, so I didn't want there to be random little blonde dots in the hairline. While I'm speeding through this, I'll just give you some more info on this topper. So it has a 6x6 inch base, so it covers quite a large area. And the color of this is 613 Platinum Blonde. But there are also 9 other natural shades that you can choose from if you want to just match it with your hair. There are 2 densities that you can order. There's 130% and also 150%. And there are 2 lengths of this topper that you can get, which are 16 inches and 20 inches. So once that toner has been on for approximately 20 minutes, you're going to want to scalp that mannequin and then wash out the hair dye. I just use a shampoo. Don't worry about conditioner yet. We want to keep those follicles nice and open. Then I just quickly blow dried it, and I'm doing a different dyeing technique. This time I'm trying the watercolor dye. So I took a Color Bright dye in red, and then I mixed it with some hot water. These are quite thick, so I decided to just dilute it before I put in the water, because I'd done a little test batch and it just did not kind of melt in with the water as much as I'd like. So yeah, see, as you can see, there's like little chunky bits. So it took a while to kind of get them all dispersed, but in the end, I got a really nice color. So then I just dipped it in. This water is hot, by the way. I'm assuming it has something to do with opening up the follicles and allowing the dye to seep in. So I just kept dipping it in and out, just making sure that all of the hair was covered in the water. It dyed so quickly, I actually can't believe it. It was probably only 2 minutes and then it was done. So then I just put some conditioner in it and washed it out, and then gave it a quick comb through and popped it on the mannequin head so that it was easy to blow dry. Obviously, make sure that you're using heat spray if you're using any heat on the hair, because you don't want to ruin it immediately. But look at this color. Oh my God. I couldn't believe how bright red it was. So this is just the root that's melted in with the red. And obviously we need to cut off this lace, so I went as close as possible to the knots. I actually went in and trimmed it a little bit more after this, but you just want to get as close as possible to those first knots. What up? Here I am. So this is my natural hair. It is so thin and stupid on the top. This is what I'm talking about by those baby hairs. They've just never grown ever since I was really little, and it's on both sides, and it's so dumb and stupid and annoying. But look, here is my savior. This is my first time applying one of these, but I just made sure that my part underneath was the same as the part on the top, and it seemed to just work really well immediately. Like, I didn't really have to do much. So what I'm going to do is just spray it with heat protector and then section it and straighten it so that it all kind of fits in with my hair underneath. This particular topper retails for $339.90 US, but if you want some money off your order, I have a discount code for 15% off. You can use that on anything you purchase on the site. Just use Bianca15 and you can get some of that moolah off. Look at how natural that looks. You can't even tell. Oh my God. I love this thing so much. And if you take care of these, then they can last ages and ages and ages. Just don't be reckless. Yas. Beauty shot time. Alright, so final thoughts on this hair. I love it. I think it's great. It blends really well into my own hair and it looks really natural. Obviously, over time, I'm going to get better at applying it. And you know, you could probably do some concealer along the part to make it look even better, but you know, just like this, I think it looks really good. I would highly recommend this to anyone who's experiencing hair loss or has really thin hair and is really kind of self-conscious about it. I know it can feel really depressing when you have nothing on your head, and I know it's just hair, but hair can make such a difference. And if you're someone like me that when you get stressed, your hair just decides to abandon your head, this is also really good because then it doesn't make you more stressed. You know, when your hair's falling out, it can really affect your self-confidence and just make you feel awful and scared that, you know, it's not going to come back or whatever. So this is really good because you can just put it on and you're like, yes, I'm sweet. And know that you can't see, you know, scalp through your hair and stuff. So I love it. And if you think this is for you, I'm going to leave a link for this down below. There are lots of different sizes so you can check out a whole range. I hope this has helped some of you if you've been interested but not really sure if it was for you. And if you have any other questions, please leave them down below. Other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful week and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!